It's not about Jew or non-Jew. It's about animals and familiarity and safety and security and cravings and indulgences and that which lives in the animal, that which drives the animal so fundamentally that it's not even aware. It thinks it makes its own decisions, even though it does these things. Anything that's a threat, anything it even perceives as a threat underneath its own thinking, get away. Because it's not safe. It doesn't sound safe. It's a threat to me and my righteousness, my right state of being, what I found what I need. I've already found it. You don't have anything to say to me. What do you have to say to me? I already found it, and all these people validate that. I know this is true. What you're saying is wrong. It doesn't. It violates the words. The words. The Word of God. You're against the Word of God. You're against the law of Moses. Only as you have interpreted it. Only as you have contaminated it for your own sake, for your own gain, for your own purpose, your own religious institution that you hold up as sacred. Your Christian religion, your Christian institution, it's safe. It's safe. All these people agree. If I'm wrong, they're all wrong, they're all going down with me. And that makes me feel safe. Safety in numbers. There's safety in the pack. Same with the Jews and Jesus, and he was all alone. He spoke out against the corruption of that animal that made them feel safe with what they considered to be the law of Moses, but really had been handed down to them by the humans who changed it for their own good. Same as with all the Christian religions. All the Christian religions that are acknowledged by the human animals as something good to follow. But they're really the same as the Jews, who held the same kind of vapor lock on the ideas that made them feel safe and secure. And just like the truth that the Messiah spoke to the Jews, they rejected. They'll also reject it today because the animal hates anything that makes it feel threatened, that makes it feel like it might not be able to hang on to that sacred idea it has inside itself, that it's assimilated into it, that it's comfortable with, that it's familiar with. And anything that challenges that is wrong and bad. It's of the devil. Satan. It's ironic. It's ironic because Satan, the devil, the adversary, the deceiver, is the one that is making the animals do what they do. Act as they act. The great serpent, the talking snake. It's subtle. It's not some obvious evil thing. That's why it's called the deceiver. It's so intertwined with the very life that the animal thinks is righteous and sacred and wants to hang on to. That it's unwilling to let go of this devil because it's its very existence. It's its anchor that it thinks is keeping it safe. So it's not tossed about on the sea. It's not all tossed about. Because then it's vulnerable. That's irony. It's afraid. Just like the Jews were afraid to say, could this really be the Messiah? They said that, but they didn't want to believe it, so they put up barriers and said, there's no way you could be the Messiah because you do these things that violate the law. So how can you be the Messiah? You violate the Word of God. You're not with us. You don't agree with us. And we have the words. We own the words and you don't agree with us. So you can't be right. And there's only one of you. How can you be right when there's all of us who all agree? It's the same principle. It always is the same. The words that those who hear the genuine word of the living Father, the words that are spoken to the humans are always rejected. Because they have inside them what makes them feel safe and what they've already decided is right. What they've already accepted is right. And they are convinced that it's better to hang on to that. That makes them feel that way. Like a deer in the forest feels safe in a meadow. Even though it might be eating poison grass. Then listening to anything that those who hear the genuine living word of the Father had to say. Like the Son who told them, was telling them the truth about what they were doing, what they were holding on to, being deceived. And they rejected it. No way. Can't be right. You can't be true. For all these reasons, and we'll make more up. And we can agree on them. And if we can't find agreement about that, we'll find people that make stuff up about you. And then we'll agree on that. Because we have already decided, we know. We have the Word. We have the law. And you disagree with us. So you disagree with God. You can't be right. You can't be true. That's familiar to those who did hear what was true. The animals hate what's true. Because what's true is not bound and chained and shoved in a box like what they want to feel and consider true.